began to fall. It began that every time I tried something, I would take 2 steps forward. And then, as people would say, I was getting knocked 6 steps backwards. It seemed like every time I began to climb one wall, the devil will have another wall for me to begin to climb. But I was reminded that every trial that comes, God makes us strong. And so, if God, in order for God to get the glory, God said, you know what, let me try you on this particular level. So at this particular point in the Bible, this right here is where they are being tested on their faith, but yet still they are beginning to fall. Because here it is, she has said, okay, listen, I slept with you on Monday, I slept with you on Tuesday morning, I slept with you on Wednesday, I slept with you Wednesday night, I slept with you on Thursday, and still there's nothing. I slept with you on Friday, I slept with you on Sunday, and here it is, it's still nothing. So they kept trying. They didn't have artificial insemination back then, so we have to be honest with ourselves. Here it is, she said, I'm tired of you banging my insides, but at the same time, I'm not being able to produce anything. Okay, I know it's a little sharp, but I just want to keep it real with you. You have to understand your body can only take so much. And so at this particular point, now her body is being abused, so now it's beginning to take toll on her mentally. Yes, son. So here it is, she finds herself being in a dark spot in her life saying, God, here it is, I want to be able to bear, but how am I able to do so, God, if you would not allow? Yeah. But it is crazy because if we read in 15, the vow was already made. So we find ourselves trying to push God to a time clock because we want God to do something for us now. But God said, I'm going to reach your blessing when it's your time to receive your blessing. Because if God releases a blessing to you, Maisha, before it's time, guess what's going to happen? The blessing will be forfeited. And it won't even be a blessing to you anymore. How do y'all know that if you ask God to give you something right now, he gave it to you, you really wouldn't know how to treat it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I don't want to preach it too hard. I just want to teach it a bit. If you ask God, say, God, I need $1 million right now. See, God knows that you never had it. So if he gave you $1 million, you'll be broke 2 weeks later. Okay. Let me march down my own street. Okay. Isn't it funny how you have a person and they come to you and they say, Apostle, you know, I've been trying my light bill, and my light just got turned off. And Apostle, my car payment. And then they find everything that's wrong. And so they turn around to you, they ask you for something, and they get your money, and they blow your money. That's right. They're not going to get yours. I'm learning that, Apostle. Pray for me. So they get your money, and they blow your money. But then when it's time for them to work, they can appreciate their own.
Come on now.
Okay. See, that's the same thing how God listens. God said, if I give it to you, you won't trust it. You won't even honor it. So God makes us work for those things. Okay. So although she was in Sarah was in a particular place where she felt that she was barren, she still had yet to realize that there was something she had to work on.
Work on that.
She got to a point where she began to doubt God. Okay, so let me move on here because I know y'all see y'all talking here all night long. And when we get to a particular place here, Mother and Father, Bishop, I want to say that right here, we found out that I don't care what you're going through, you just cannot hurry God. So some things you just got to wait. So we get to a point where we got to learn how to be careful who we follow. Just because it is good now does not begin that it's going to be good for you later. Even though we have come to a point that we have found a mate for us now, does not mean that the mate that we chose right now is good for us later. So we get to a point where we learn where Ecclesiastes tells us, when you make a vow to God, you don't have to worry about paying, but you have to pay that vow off, because if you break that vow, you will surely have a curse. So here it is that we find ourselves being in a particular point in our lives right now. If some of us just begin to be honest, we are at a point that we begin to feel just like Sarah. Here it is, I find myself going to church day in and day out. I find myself praying day in and day out. I'm laying down in oil, I'm rubbing myself, I'm asking God, I'm asking you for this, and God just said, knock and the door should be open. But here it is, I'm knocking and the door's opening for somebody else. And here it is, you say, God, asking and shall be given. Here it is, God, I'm asking for it, but then I turn around and I see Deacon such and such driving the same thing that I asked for. So we find ourselves with our back up against the wall saying, God, how is it that you keep asking me to pray? And God, I'm praying, but God, I don't see anything for what I'm praying for. But God tells me to tell you right now, sometimes you just got to learn how to hold on. Hold on. So we find ourselves being almost like R. Kelly said, when a woman is truly fed up. Here it is, she's getting tired of asking. She's getting tired. And if you remember, they were not young. They were 90 and 80 something years old at this particular point. So here it is, Sarah said, listen, you are, first of all, you're too old to be climbing up. Okay. And now all of a sudden you're going to find yourself simply keep bothering me. And here it is, I'm already depressed in my body. We were trying this for umpteen years and ain't nothing come forward. Yet do me a favor, go take her and have fun. Then you can have fun with her. But then here we go. Now we get to a point that, and I'm getting ready to come to a vote whether you know tonight. Because once I say this, I know it's going to be kind of top heavy. But so here it is. Now they find themselves in a threesome love affair. Been there before. So here it is. Sarah saying, I'm tired of you abusing me, Negro. You getting all the satisfaction. But with that, what I'm waiting for, I get nothing. So go take her. And what happened is, she finds herself doing what was asked of his wife.
My God.
That's why I said sometimes you got to be careful who you follow. So here it is. He finds herself doing it. He said, okay, why? Because she had the point, she had to put a little comment in that she said, and then I can have my family through her. Okay, so now all of a sudden he goes and he goes sleep with her, and what, as we know, he had a good time, and next thing you know, she gets pregnant. My brother, my sister, Pastor, I feel that there's something that's really about to break inside this atmosphere, because isn't it funny how you can get to a point where you ask God for something, but then next thing you know, you let somebody else do something and then they get what you wanted. So we have her that she feels barren. We have here the point that she's getting tired of being abused. We have here the particular point where she's tired of crying. She's tired of praying. She said, okay, listen, I'm done with this right here. God told you this right here, way back in chapter 15, we're in chapter 16. There's still nothing coming out of this. So you go take her, you have fun with her. You do with her whatever you would like to do with her. But then we get to a particular point now that God says to her that things are getting ready to shift in this particular atmosphere, because at this particular point, now that we get to our point in our life, that when she turns around, here it goes that Hagar finds out that she's pregnant. Now Hagar is pregnant, but yet still Sarah still wants to run Hagar's life. Now, first of all, I'm not going to allow you, number one, trick to here and have me work for you. Here it is, I'm cooking for you. Here it is, I'm slaving for you. And now all of a sudden you want me to lay down and have sex for you. But then here it is, once I conceive for you, you still want to tell me what to do? You got to be careful, ladies and gentlemen, who you let talk to you in your life. I'm being honest with you. You got to be careful of all the pillow talk that you allow to go on in your life. Some people want to talk to you and they don't mean you any good in your life. I'm coming to be honest with you. I have had people tell me, oh, bro, listen, God told me to tell you to do this. But God ain't never tell me to do this. If God, the same God that you listen to, the same God is the same God that talked to me. So if God told you to tell me something, I'll surely come tell me for myself. Now you have set up here and had me go lay down with her. But then what happens when, what did Sarah tell Abram? Now all of a sudden, you done got her pregnant. Now all of a sudden, she done stopped listening to me. So now she's your problem. Isn't it funny how somebody talk you into doing something, and the minute I do what you tell me to do, now all of a sudden you want to get mad at me for doing what you told me to do? My God. You got to be careful who you listen to. You got to be careful who you listen to, because everybody don't mean you so good. Here it is, I was minding my own business. Here it is, I'm trying to honor the vow that God gave me concerning you and I. But here it is, now I go and do what you tell me to do, and yet it's still you want to complain. You got to find out and learn, ladies and gentlemen, how you have to learn how to discern the word of God for yourself. So here it is. I don't want to get stuck on this particular point, but now Hagar has got to a point where Hagar said, listen, I don't know about y'all, but I'm fed up with this foolishness. Anybody here kind of fed up with what they're going through right now? Is there anybody tired of what they're going through? Bishop, you get on the keyboard because I'm getting ready to ride out of here. Listen, is anybody here tired about what they're going through right now? I'm talking about you tired of just listening to what people tell you. I'm talking about, listen, Ken, I know I can prophesy to you in 2 seconds or 2 seconds flat, but yet and still, listen, I'm tired of what I'm going through. I've been sick for far too long. I'm tired of struggling. I'm tired of going through the hell, the heartaches, and the pain. I'm tired of finding myself always have to ask God, when is it going to happen for me? I'm tired of asking God, and here it is. You can make some of us can even take ourselves from out of the life of Sarah. Like I said, I put myself in different people's position. Even if I was Hagar, here it is. I have done what you have asked for me to do, but here it is. I've done it. I worked for you. I have saved for you. I've given you everything that I have, and you still not happy. How many of y'all are tired of trying to satisfy people?
My God.
How many of you are tired of trying to satisfy people? I come to tell you something. If they wasn't satisfied when they got you, they're not going to be satisfied while they're with you. Some people only want a puppet. Some people only want people they can dictate to. Because see, truth doesn't matter, sis. As long as I can use you, you're good for me. As long as I can tell you what to do, you do it, you're good for me. As long as you have money, you're my friend. As long as you lay down and do what I ask you to do, you're my friend. Girl, you're my homegirl, but let's lay down with my husband for a minute. But if you don't do it, you ain't my friend. Come on, that's in the Bible. That's right there. I ain't making this up. Yeah, she called her servant. Why did you have to pick Hagar?
Come on.
Am I wrong? I'm sure she had other slaves. Why you picked her?
Amen.
Evidently, Hagar had to be the one that she thought was a friend. Yeah. Be careful who you call your friends. All right. I bid you tonight to start taking a self-evaluation of your so-called friends. See, one thing about it, and it's funny because today, Pastor Wise and I, we had a conversation, and Wise, you can play softly. Pastor Wise and I, we had a conversation today, and actually I had determined all week long, I had my sermon titled, When the Bough Breaks, because I wanted to come from a perspective of a vow. And he said, no, he said, well, the movie is When the Bough Breaks, which we knew that, but I said, okay, God, why are you shifting me now? God, why is it that you're shifting me now? Right, that's good. Why are you shifting me now? And God said, open up your phone. So I went to my phone and I began to research the word bough, B-O-U-G-H. And bough it says it's a tree. It's a branch. And the bough is a branch. So it's funny, Apostle, that all the way until today, as I get ready to type a message, God just shifted me because I was preparing for a vow, V-O-W, that when we have a covenant vow, because I know we are in the covenant point right now in our lives, and we are in a season right now where we have to have a vow with the Lord. But God, you arrested my attention to vow, and God said there are some things that need to break. There are some things that needs to break. So as I begin to write my sermon out, I begin to type it out, I begin to study in the last hour. That's what took me for so long to get here, because God was working with me. God said, I want you to let them know that whatever the situation is, some of us may find ourselves being in an Abram situation, always just trying to please. But if truth be told, Abram was responsible because God gave the vow to Abram. So when he gave that vow to Abram, he wanted Abram to understand it's going to happen. He never promised him when. But he promised him it's going to happen. And Abraham said, I'm